Hello. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Also, Bell, how you should get Mexican. Howdy, howdy. How is everyone doing? Starve. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm sick. Oh no. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. That sounds way too weird with that voice. Let's pretend that did not happen. Whole week. That sucks. Anyway, guys, yeah, sorry for disappearing. If you've been following me on Twitter or on Discord, I don't even know. I don't even remember where I said it anymore. It's been a week. Basically, I have like a little basement apartment, you know, those houses, but they're like under street level. So yeah, there was a lot of rain and my house flooded basically. So yeah, we're alright. All the electronics, or most of the electronics, are good, at least, you know, like my PC and all that, consoles. I managed to save all that, except maybe a Wii and a 2DS. I have not tested them yet. My fridge is bust, though, kind of. The freezer part doesn't work. I mean, it died for a few days. Then it started working again, but only the part that cools, you know, not the part that freezes. So not the fridge. Yeah, the fridge. Reparino. We bought a mini fridge. We found one cheap at Walmart, luckily, so we're using that in the meantime, because I've been taking forever to finish the list of like damaged items. Because it's been a week and I've been too tired, but you know, we're slowly pushing through. But yeah, most of the losses, you know, aside from that, it's furniture, because like everything is wood. And wood and water do not mix well. So yeah, I'm like taking pictures of stuff, taking out wet furniture, cleaning, a lot of cleaning. The issue is my floor, because I have that, I think they're called like laminated, or like some places called like floating floor, that is like wood, but like not actually, you know, it's just like wood planches over other bullshit. And the fake wood stuff. But like, I mean, it's still wood. It's not like fake wood. It's just like laminated. Yeah. Those also do not mix well with water. So, you know, my floor is kind of lifting at points. So I have to replace the entire floor, basically. So that's gonna be fun. And we have a big couch. Oh, they love water. Water does not love them, it's true. So, you know, I gotta replace the entire floor and all the what's the thing? Cat told me the name. The trimming, because that is also all wood and it's like growing mold. So I've been cleaning. I was not aware how quick it grew. I thought it was just like stains from the water. And then I looked closer and I was like, oh no, we need to clean that. So I've been going around cleaning. What's MDF furniture? MDF. White floor because it drained. Oh, fiberboard. I mean, yeah, probably. I have a lot of IKEA furniture. Wet and warm is the worst for mold. Yeah. I mean, luckily, you know, it was kind of cold for the following days after the thunderstorm, but then it started getting warmer, and that's when we started to see the stains appear. You know, what I thought were stains, and then I looked closer and I was like, those are not stains. I need to bleach this entire place. But yeah, we're thinking of just switching the entire floor for ceramic tiles. I mean, I don't know if they're actually like ceramic, but like, you know, they look like ceramic tiles. And they seem to be waterproof because our kitchen and our bathroom have that, and they're perfectly fine. Just tend to turn like an open book when wet. Yeah, it has some furniture that's been doing that. But yeah, the water was like a little bit over my ankle, So it did reach a certain height, and like, you know, the furniture tends to be like low to the floor. Ceramic is better, no complaints switch from carpet. Yeah, I'm like, at least we don't have any carpet because, you know, that would have been a pain. Yeah, that high. Luckily, the power sockets are all very high also here, probably because of that. So no, it didn't touch any of the power sockets. Yeah, no, they have the... I'm actually gonna... I'm curious now. I'm gonna measure it real quick. So the power sockets are almost like 12 inches off the floor. That's like 30 centimeters for my fellow not inches people. So, you know, yeah, like none of the sockets got water in them, luckily. But yeah, as to why it flooded, I think Yo asked. There's a lot of forces by the builders or legal reasons. It might be legal reasons, because, you know, it's a basement floor. So it's a basement floor in a flood-prone area because there's a river not too far away. So I wouldn't be surprised if they usually build them like that. But yeah, there was basically like a crazy ass thunderstorm. You know, the streets were flooded and everything. And then, you know, it stopped finally after a few hours. And like the water drained from the street. And there's this weird thing that happens with buildings like this. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the physics exactly, but basically the terrain around the house absorbed too much water, absorbed more water than it was able to take. So I had water literally leaking in from my floor. Like, it did not get in from the street or like the rain or anything. It came in from my floor. Yeah, saturation of the ground got saturated. So it was literally, there was not a single entry point. It was literally just coming from every corner. From like at every point, you know, where the wall meets the floor, and there's like the 90-degree angle there, water just came in. Ground literally not in full. Yeah, that's what I've been getting. So yeah, it's mostly also no wonder you vanished for so long. Yeah. Like, I was... And it's the first thing it happens to me, so, you know, it was just one of those situations where, like, I don't fucking know what to do. And I had to deal with the insurance, and since this is a condo building here, you know, I don't know how it works in the US or in other places, but here in Canada at least, it's a condo. So basically it's a building with 4, like, units inside. So there is an insurance for the building. And aside from that, I have like my personal home insurance. So I have to go basically through 2 insurances for this. The problem is that the deductible for the building stuff is way too expensive. Due to various reasons from previous management being utter trash. We don't really have money in the account dedicated for like condo stuff, so we couldn't pay. And the deductible is so high that, you know, even my insurer was like, it'll probably be cheaper if you just pay for it yourself. I'm like, okay. So, you know, it's been a lot of finding out of like, oh no, and like I thought my insurance, my personal insurance will cover, but they were like, no, since you're in a condo, you know, we can cover for your objects that you lost, but like all the construction stuff, it's with the condo insurance. And I was like, oh fuck. But I did find out, at least, because as I was saying, we're planning to switch everything to ceramic. Apparently that counts as a unit improvement, and I can put that under my insurance. So, you know, if anything happens in the future, then the floor will be covered. Yeah, it makes sense. Exactly. It just sucks because, you know, it's condo insurance, and it's... They think that condo insurances here count as commercial insurance. So, you know, the same insurance that someone will get for a store that they own is the one that you need to get for condos. And I'm just like, we're just 4 people here. Why are we getting these ridiculous prices? We're 4 people. Like, come on. But oh well. So, there's at least that, because also I was thinking of, changing the heating system at some point for one that actually also cools during summer, because the thing here in my apartment is like, yeah, I have heating for winter, but I have nothing for summer. I just die. So I was thinking of changing it for something that also works for summer. So, it's one of those little things that I'm like, oh, good that I learned that. So, whenever I change that in the future, I will be covered as well. Because it's like anything that you change that differs from the original building structure, they're like you can cover it under your own insurance. The ministry, I don't know, they call it thermopump here in Quebec. The humidity multiplicator, yeah, we have a dehumidifier that luckily survived. Because that shit we had not used it in like over a year. It was just sitting there in a corner. And suddenly we went somewhere else, because when the fridge stuff happened, we got my adoptive grandma that I've spoken about here. We called her because as I said, we had just bought food, and like I had just cooked. I had just made some rice. My sister had bought some like frozen chicken and mincemeat. And it's the double whammy of like we really don't like wasting food. We actually feel like very bad whenever it happens, and also food is expensive. So I was like, oh fuck, I don't want to lose all this that we just bought like last night. And adoptive grandma came through. I called her and like, could we save our stuff in your fridge? And she was like, yeah, sure, of course. And when we went there, she had a dehumidifier. And we were talking about all this. And I just mentioned just like randomly, like, oh, we have one of those. And they immediately went like, you should run it to get rid of the humidity. And I was like, that's true. So we've been running it. And I said it's working, even though it got water inside, but like it's working. And I'm like, damn. Peak. But yeah, it's been mostly on bookshelves. Well, the doors also need to be either fixed or changed. I don't know, whatever ends up being cheaper. Because they absorb water, so like the bottom part of the doors, they're all like, how is it called? They all absorb water because they're wood, so now they're wide and they don't close properly. But yeah, I'm like, we'll figure it out. We went through the worst of it. And then I was just very stressed for the first few days. Because of their water warped, exactly. Just very stressed the first few days, because it's like it's that moment of like, it's the first thing this happens, and I gotta call insurance, and I gotta call this other insurance, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen. And I was talking with my neighbor, because there's one of my neighbors, only one other neighbor got affected because he has a basement. So we were talking about whether to use insurance or not. I don't know, like we gotta get rid of stuff, we gotta clean because everything's humid, blah blah blah. But you know, by around like Wednesday was like, you know, all the I had like all the answers from the insurance, and I was like, okay. It was a point of like, okay, I have to pay for the floor myself. I just gotta make a list of all the objects that got affected to send to my insurance. Hopefully, get enough money from that to like cover part of the repairs. Gotta get rid of the couch and replace the fridge. Those are like the more urgent things. Everything else is still in like working order. You know, once it reaches a point in which there's no more unknowns, I started to be like, okay, now I just gotta do shit. You know, it's still tiring, but there's not like the fear of the unknown anymore. It's just in time because like, yeah, every day we come home and it's like it smells moist and we hate it, so we have to buy like aromatizer thingies. And I just went and bought like a bunch of cleaning supplies to get rid of the mold, you know, like bleach, vinegar. Apparently white vinegar is very good, and I saw that they actually sell like something called cleaning vinegar, and I was like, give me that shit. So yeah, at this point it's just like mostly physically tiring of like, we get home from work and it's like, oh, we gotta do this or do that, or like remove this, clean that. But yeah, luckily we reach a point in which like, aside from the mold that we really need to clean like today, we reach a point in which aside from that, we're like, okay, we'll just get rid of stuff as we go, like hopefully throughout this weekend, so I can also finish making the list and send it to my insurance. And then I just gotta actually contact people to get like some repair prices. So you know, we're getting back on it, but it's tiring because it's just every day we get home and it's like, okay, we gotta clean that, or like, oh, we gotta get this thing out, or like move that, and it's like, I just want to get home and play video games. But alas, here we are. We survived, and I've been doing this thing, you know, like, how's it called? Like trying to see the silver lining in everything. Because it's one of those things like, yeah, it's a pain, but it could have been much worse because, you know, for starters, to begin with, at least it was clean water. At most it had like some leaves, I think. But other than that, it was just clean rainwater. Not the doo-doo water, exactly. Could have been a sewer backup. Yeah, because the last time we almost had that. We had water coming out of our tub, but luckily it didn't get out of the tub. But that was a stinky water. At least it was clean rainwater, so you know, nothing to worry about when it comes to like infections or whatever. Well, aside from like the mold growing in the wood afterwards, but like on the water itself, nothing to worry about. Like I was going around with my Crocs, like barefoot, in the water. And it was, it's just water. It's clean. It's fine. And you know, the other thing is that, as I said, we didn't lose any of the big electronics, like the computer or whatever. It didn't get to the power sockets. So that's another good thing. And the other good thing that I was thinking about one day when I was like driving to the bank, I was like, at least nothing happened to my car. Because it was hailing. Like, that's how bad the storm was. It was hailing in between the rain and the thunder and the lightning. So, you know, I was worried and I was worried, and I was like, oh shit, hopefully like nothing hits the car, and nothing did. And also the drainage system on my driveway, because my car is exposed. The drainage system on my driveway is good enough that, you know, no water accumulated on where the cars are parked. So, you know, my car is fine. Because that's the thing that happened to people sometimes, that, you know, if they're parked on the street and the street floods, their car is bust. Like, if I had to deal with all these, and on top of that I had lost my car, I will, I don't know. I will just jump into the sea. How big of hail? Pea size, coin size? The ones I saw hit the ground were like probably like pea size. It is spooky, yeah. But yeah, so, you know, it's one of those things that I'm just like, okay, it's a pain. It's a pain in the ass still. But it's not as bad as it could have been. It could have been much, much worse. It could have been much, much worse. The cats are fine too. They did not enjoy the water. They were not happy. They were both just sitting on the windowsill and like not moving from there. And as I said, the biggest losses are just the couch and the fridge. I mean, the biggest and more urgent losses. Because, you know, all the wooden furniture is pretty much bust, but it's still workable, you know? It's still usable. So it can wait. Mother, why has the sea come to come? They were not happy. Reggie was brave enough that she actually ventured into the apartment once the water was at, like, you know, at that level, when it's just like the water at floor level, you know, like it's all still wet, but you can't really remove it, it's just there. And it was so funny because she would walk, you know, she would give like 3 steps and then like shake her paws to get rid of the water. But Isu, he did not touch the water at all. We put them in the staircase at some point because, you know, they had to spend like 2 hours or so by the window. And I was like, I don't want them to like pee or poo there because it's been a while. So we put like one of the litter boxes at the top of the stairs, and we just drop them both in the stairs, on the stairs that go to like street level to go out. And then we grabbed Reggie. I mean, actually, I said Reggie venture at some point before we were going to bed. We were planning on just leaving them there, or like maybe bringing Ray with us because she sleeps with me and then she starts crying if she's not in the room. But yeah, you know, it was funny because she went in and ventured to the kitchen but then wouldn't move from the kitchen. And I was like, the entire floor is wet. You already wet your paws. What's the problem? But no, I had to pick her up and take her to the room. And then we just left Isu on the stairs because we're like, oh, he's used to sleeping alone. He usually sleeps in the living room. You know, no, he doesn't sleep with us. But we got in bed, and then he started calling. He started meowing. We were like, meow, meow. He sounded like so tiny, so confused. Like, you know, it's those kind of meows that I'm like, he usually does not meow like that. He was like very tiny and confused. So we were like, okay. And I went and picked her up and I put him on one of our beds. And he stayed on the bed all night. He did not touch the floor until like the next day. Probably feel like walking with wet socks for them. Yeah, most likely. But yeah, that has been my life for the past week. Starting from today, hopefully we should go back to like regular streaming schedule. So, you know, like weekends and Wednesday and Thursday. We'll see them during the week though, because I said there's kind of always some bullshit to do. But at least on the weekends should be doable. But also, like, you know, next month I don't know if my sister will keep the same schedule, so we'll see. But like for next week at least, probably not Wednesday because it's a day off, so I might actually just take it off. We shall see, but you know, I should be able to stream like Thursday and the weekend maybe. And then my sister, I don't know if she'll keep her same schedule or not, so we'll see for next month. Yeah, Canada Day, yippee! Very eventful. Yeah, I've been very, very tired, but like I am alive now. As I said, you know, like by Wednesday it was like, okay, I had like all my answers. There's gonna be no more surprises, and I'm gonna relax a little. Then I found out that the fridge had died, and I almost had another breakout mental break. I almost had another crash out. But then that got solved also. So by Thursday, you know, I bought a mini fridge. And then by Friday I was exhausted. I was so unproductive at work, but at least I was like, okay, I'm calmer now. I have all the information that I need. I just gotta ask for different quotes for the repairs. But you know, I do have an idea of what to expect in prices, more or less. So I'm like, okay, I am zen now. I am just tired because I still gotta deal with shit, but at least, as I said, I have no more unexpected things that should come my way in regards to this. And like the washing machine and the dryer are working, the dishwasher is working. Or at least they're working for now, because they were making some weird sounds when we used them after the flood, but now they seem to be good. I'm gonna open the game. We're gonna jump into it, see if we can speedrun the end. Yeah, I'm doing reverse now because the event ends like tomorrow, I think. And tomorrow we'll start with Girls Online. Also, yeah, I took some extra time to begin. Because I was like, as I said, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna feed my cats. And then like get ready. But then I went to open one of our cabinets. And there was a glass, one of those small glass bowls. That was like right by the edge, so I opened the cabinet and it just fell to the floor and broke, and I was like, oh fuck. So I had to sweep. I had to sweep and then vacuum so there will be no small fragments because of my cats. So yeah, guys, it's been an eventful week. I'm not gonna be asking for like donations or stuff because, you know, my parents have said that they're gonna help me, so and we'll figure something out. But you know, if anyone does have something to spare, I will not deny it. But now it's game time. Let me check the wilderness here. Oh, what will be the best option to donate so YouTube doesn't get a cut? Yeah. You could use the stream elements link that should be somewhere in my description. Because that goes directly to my PayPal, which then I can send to my bank. Did I pick up everything? Yes. All right, Mexico time. If I show the game, it will be amazing. Where is it? Reverse. And now audio. But first, we want to make a few pulls because Ramona is here. I don't have too many pulls, but we're gonna do it. Lower head. Do I have for another 10? Yes. That is another 5-star. Do I have enough for another one? I do. Whoa, I still have this. Now I don't have enough for another one. No. We're not missing much though. So. Let's read. Hopefully I can get another pool. We should be close to the end. My sister told me there are like 21 nodes. And we're on 15, so you know. No Ramona for now. My power level is here. But alright. Let's continue. An ordinary citizen. Walking through this mysterious city, she sometimes feels frightened and lost, and other times lucky. It is, in fact, Mexico time. The two accused murderers at last reached their safe house to regroup. Somehow, this empty little hovel, bathed in moonlight in a deserted cemetery, manages to feel cozy and welcoming.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, about that. Could you wait, Mr. Adler? I need a second to replace my reel so I can answer you properly.
Lowerhead speaks into her communicator. Beside her, Ramona sets down their fellow escapee and begins carefully cleaning her of the dirt and dusty footprints she had gathered in the fight.
Oh, your technique is most delicate, mademoiselle. Were you once a professional art restorer? Or a collector, perhaps?
No, none of that. I can't say I've got much experience with art. I just expel arcane energy from crime scenes.
Oh my god, Baguette, thank you so much! Thank you, really, I appreciate it a lot. That's gonna help. That's... Yeah, the picture.
Is that so? Well, you should know that I happen to be carrying quite a number of murder weapons and a few corpses within me.
Excuse me? Okay.
We did it! The three of us made it out of the Serpent's den in one piece. Smile at my camera and say cheese! Hey, you know what? This reminds me of the Three Musketeers. We're just like them. Oh, if only I could keep investigating with you guys.
Sure, Loggerhead. Can she use them? Excellent question.
If only. You got other plans?
Ramona notices the uncertainty in Loggerhead's voice.
No, nothing like that. It's just that I don't think I can continue my investigation anytime soon.
Yeah, she did not elaborate, and Ramona did not ask.
You see, I need to replace some components in my head, else I could suffer a continuous memory loss. The components were supposed to last longer than this. Did they get you? I was sure I deflected that bullet. Yeah, you did! You saved my life! But you never can tell when a gear will foul up. Ugh, of course, the mishap that tops my list of most unfortunate malfunctions had to happen now. The bright side is, we've confirmed the club's involvement in the murders, and knowing you, Miss Ramona, I'm sure you can solve... Hey, this isn't on me. It's on them. I reported our findings to the Vigil Bureau after we got out of there.
Ramona is like, not my problem. She has neglected to mention that they took something from said auction.
They'll send their agents to raid the club and run betas into the ground. I'd bet on it. I'm not sure how I let myself get roped into this mess in the first place. I'm so sorry. You're right, I shouldn't have assumed you were some lone wolf hell-bent on protecting the city. Yeah, you got it right. I clear out arcane energy, not criminals.
She tries to put on a brave face, to appear calm and detached from the situation. But she can't help looking over to Lowerhead with concern.
You two stay here for now. Place should be safe from the club's goons.
Safe and free at last. I simply couldn't ask for more. Thank you so very much for dragging me out of that torturous place.
Are you gonna elaborate on the weapons and corpses anytime soon?
This might sound a little forward, but might you possibly find me somewhere to be hung up? Somewhere pleasant, please? Oh, how I long for a place to call home. Preferably among fellow arcanists, though I certainly wouldn't say no to such a lovely cemetery either.
The lady in the painting makes her point clear.
Miss Ramona, you'll not be disappointed by my services, I assure you. I can hide all manner of wicked secrets within my frame, for example.
I thought she was just a painting, an alive painting. This lady has... Okay, I see.
Manus Benedicte forced me to swallow all sorts of rubbish in France, only to be smuggled across the Atlantic and thrown into the darkest corner of the Turquoise Serpent Club. The memories torment me still. Oh, which reminds me, though I was used as a dumping ground by the Manus, if I search carefully, I could still find something useful, even valuable. A moment, if you will. Allow me to find you a suitable gift.
She tips over and spills out a pile of strange knickknacks and outright junk.
Ah, this is a miraculous mirror I received at a market in Paris. Look into it, and you'll see a beard fit to measure sitting right upon your face. A dream come true for a bare-faced beard wisher.
Useful.
This little conch isn't half bad either. A sailor, drunk as a skunk I might add, threw it at me when I was stranded on the Mediterranean coast. The music it creates could rival a siren's song, I tell you, though it does carry the faint whiff of that sailor's rummy breath.
Seeing Ramona's expression darken, Laura had signals for the painting to stop her sales pitch.
Oh, painting lady! I just thought of the perfect place for you. The timekeeper's suitcase. It's clean and always bright and has a huge backyard called the Wilderness to boot. More importantly, you'll meet all kinds of wonderful people there.
Ooh la la! A chance for rebirth sent straight from the heavens. I can hardly wait.
I like her, you know, despite how she has like a weird personality, which, you know, it tracks, but I mean, I like her. She's funny.
I'll ask the timekeeper about it once I get back to the Foundation.
Ramona gives them both a knowing look, attempting to reel the two awakened back to the situation at hand. Suddenly, she senses movement outside. Footsteps approach from just beyond the cemetery gate.
You just couldn't leave me and the spirits here alone, huh?
She's quirky in a good way. Yeah, she's funny.
Forgive the intrusion, Senorita Ramona. Might I have a moment of your time?
Oh, hey, Daniel. Can I have seen Alice by not said you though? It can get edgy, it's just at times. I don't think in the same vein as Sino Alice, but it does get dark. But yeah, this is reverse 1999.
Sure, if you don't mind standing. Don't have any drinks to offer either. Living with the dead usually means peace and quiet. Not so much tonight.
She leads the visitor aside. Nearby, the two awaken, leaning to listen.
You and your friends certainly made your presence known at the auction. I hear every gang in the city is trying to sniff you out. Signora Luisa even put a bounty of 50,000 charpadontes on your heads.
As nice as it is for you to come here and tell me I'm a wanted woman, I doubt those goons can find me someplace. And clearly you're not here on their behalf either.
Correct. I'm here too.
He stops himself, then shifts the topic.
I just wanted to ask you something. You attended the auction to investigate the serial murders, see? Were you able to track down the culprit?
You serious? You saw what happened. I was framed for the 6th murder. From now on, smoking out Perez is the Vigil business, not mine. You didn't seriously expect me to catch the bastard, did you?
No need to be modest. The Vigil would never have gotten this close were it not for the crucial information you provided. But there's something else. I suspect Senor Perez isn't the true culprit.
He takes a deep breath and produces the lace he got from Perez.
I've been thinking it over all morning. You should see this. I met a young woman. She doesn't work for the Veil Bureau, nor does she intend to stop the next murder. But she did help me find this list.
That's Lawrence.
I dare not fathom what might happen if we don't do something. This could be your last chance.
Last chance for what? Actually, forget it. I got a hunch I won't like what you're gonna say.
Ramona accepts the lead, once again thrust into the role of reluctant investigator.
Thank you, señorita. You have a kind heart. I wish you every success with your investigation.
As he disappears from view, the others begin to look over his list.
Golly! A critical clue delivered right to your doorstep! You really do have influence in this city, Miss Ramona. Hey, painting lady. You ever seen or heard of any of these people?
Ramona should just accept that she's a main character now. Real.
Let's see. Oh, indeed I do. I know them quite well. These are all members of Manus Vindictae. A few I have not met in person, but I recognize their names. To think I once considered them friends. Ah, what a foolish collection of brushstrokes I am.
That's a funny way to refer to herself.
Though I must admit the days we spent in Paris were among the few truly happy moments in my life.
Ramona clears her throat, attempting to steer the lady away from an overlong trip down memory lane.
This list shows the Menace members responsible for smuggling pigment and coordinating with the club. So, if we find them, we find the arcane pigment. Let's do it!
I know why I like the lady by the lake now. Because she's just, she's kind of just like those grandmas that just kind of get distracted very easily and go into tangents when you ask them something.
Settle down, Latham. See the timestamps here? Their last smuggling run was a while ago. For all we know, they've already skipped out of Mexico entirely. Then again, why would Añil give me this list? Perez isn't our guy. What did I miss? Is the answer somewhere on this list?
She looks over the names, attempting to find some connection. Inside her mind, a map of the city lights up spot by spot.
Ledru Rollin. Stayed at Rosa's Inn for 3 days. Booked it after burning down her kitchen. Rosa asked me to track him down using my ancestral psychic ability. Pretty disappointed when I told her I'm not a psychic. Neither were my parents. Frauds, the both of them.
I remember him. I often saw him tinkering with dangerous-looking alchemical materials. The poor man seemed to have lost his mind the moment he put on that mask.
Maybe that's why he blew up Rosa's kitchen. Diggers. He's broken into more than one government facility, claiming he only wanted to see the works of the muralism movement up close. The guards and patrol officers threw him out, of course. Got a friend in the government, Diego. He told me all about this guy.
Oh, that hip fellow. Still alive, is he? I haven't heard a word from him since he went to Tierra del Fuego with the preacher.
Hey, yo?
It's William, a journalist. Recently published an article in El Semanario Heraldo de Mexico, featuring his interview with a foreign diplomat. Style was totally bloated. Only made it into the city's best-selling paper because of the diplomat's status. Rumor is, he gave him all kinds of stuff to make sure he got the interview.
Hélas, Fitzwilliam. Monsieur Perez was sick to death of the greed of that man. One day, as I was sitting in the warehouse, I spied him barge in and make off with all manner of valuables. A golden pendant, an antique statuette, a turquoise mask, and even a most exquisite quetzal tiara. Talk about greedy. He also stole a few paintings, once depicting indigenous people in Mexican mythology, I believe, before stuffing everything into a giant bag and disappearing.
Interesting.
Paintings?
Oui, chérie. There are countless works of art in the club. In fact, I heard that Diplomat has a particular interest in art exhibitions. Perhaps it was those very paintings that Fitzwilliam used to curry favor with him.
Every detail from each crime scene flashes through Ramona's thoughts. Then it clicks into place. The picture, once fuzzy, becomes clear.
How could I not see it? The key to solving these killings isn't in the Turquoise Serpent Club.
Whatever do you mean?
The first murder, a vagrant drowned next to a pile of trash out in the desert. Case was freaky. Got passed to the Vigil Bureau because of it. The second, a businessman drowns before falling into his own vivarium, only to be shredded to pieces by his own critters. The third collapsed in a bustling plaza, the fourth in a monastery, the fifth in an apartment. No link found between any of them, except for the way they died. It was right in front of me the whole time. In the junkyard, in the monastery's office, and on the plaza's wall. Latham, you remember that scorched strip of cloth we found at the fifth crime scene?
Yeah, I remember. The one with 3 symbols on it, right? It's the logo of the Turquoise Serpent Club. That's what led us to the auction.
But it isn't about the logo. What matters is the strip itself.
Oh.
It was linen, part of the canvas of a burnt-up painting.
It maybe looks familiar, like it's from AC. From Assassin's Creed? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they took inspiration from that. Considering the collab and everything.
Painting? But what about the 6th murder? That lady was killed right in front of us. And there weren't any paintings near.
Her reel stops in place.
Wait,
I love that her reel stops.
Exactly. A painting was being auctioned off at the time. We should have seen it sooner. It all makes sense. Every single one of the crime scenes had a painting near it. The key to solving the case is in the paintings.
Then, what Fitzwilliam brought to the Diplomat would be...
we need to warn him.
He's at a party near Senora Juarez's family ofrenda, a businesswoman. If we move fast, we might still be able to get to him before the killer does.
Roger that, partner. Operation Save the Day is a go.
Even with a solid lead on the means and the killer's next target, Ramona can't shake the feeling that something is still missing.
No, Latham. You're injured. You should stay here with the lady.
But lone wolves in the movies almost always meet a tragic end. I can't let a friend get into trouble by themselves.
Neither can I.
Huh? Oh, wait, you mean I'm your friend too?
I'm your friend? Ramona fights against responding with a smile by diving into her thoughts.
But something's still fishy. All these victims, Diplomat included, look familiar to me. But why? Where else have I seen them? Besides the newspaper. Why me? Why am I the one who found all these clues, huh? Just because I was at the scene? Because I know the city like the back of my hand? Or because I happen to be a descendant of a famous psychic family? Don't make me laugh. No, this isn't a coincidence. It can't be.
Ramona heads towards the street without hesitation.
Ramona! Hold on!
Lowerhead, limping, can't keep up. Ooh. so I was just quickly checking Discord. We'll write about later. Bye. Bye, baguettes! Thank you for coming, and thank you for the donation again. Thank you for the tip. Thank you so much. Path of the Dead. Let's see if we can speed through this. Tonatiuh, bless the souls of the warriors. Let them break free from their cocoons. Let them return. Actually, let me get some water before that. Before jumping into this. Hydration. Alright, let's go. Tonatiuh, what was Tonatiuh? Path of the Dead. Or who was, I guess. Family ofrenda. The night is made hazy with the smoke of an uncountable number of candles. The ofrenda holds food and drinks. Marigolds glow in vivid colors. Pictures and paintings of the dead smile down on the living.
Damas y caballeros, it is my great honor to join you in celebrating Dia de los Fieles Difuntos on this fabulous evening.
The Aztec god of the sun? Oh!
Ah, you must be Senor Mac from the United States. How are you enjoying your stay in Mexico City? Just as I promised, is it not?
Mighty fine indeed. Thanks again for your invitation, ma'am. I have to say, I've been eager to meet you in person. I think I'm falling in love with this city already.
What is this accent they're trying to do? You had to sacrifice people so they could cross to the sky and beat the stars each day. Huh. Good morning, Raven.
Well, the party's only just begun. Many more truly unprecedented experiences await. Believe me.
An unexpected visitor appears at the entrance.
Well, look who it is. A pleasant surprise indeed. I thought you weren't coming, Senora New.
Buenas noches, Senora Juarez.
I owe you my thanks for your beautiful restoration of the murals on my family's tomb. I do so hope you enjoy yourself tonight.
I'm sure I will. Thank you for your kind invitation, Senora.
He walks toward the brilliantly decorated ofrenda, his grim-faced presence clashing with the joyful atmosphere.
This was a mistake. For her and for me. Senorita Ramona is nowhere to be seen. Perhaps she isn't coming. No, she'll show her face. She's sure to recognize the significance of that list.
What do you know, Anil?
And Senorita Butterfly must be hidden somewhere nearby. Taking her seat for the drama, no doubt.
The place falls silent. A deep, official voice speaks over the microphone.
I would like to express my thanks to Mrs. Juarez for kindly hosting us tonight. Here in Mexico City, I have been able to witness and feel the beauty of your culture. The Dia de los Muertos celebration has shown me the extraordinary way in which the Mexican people remember, celebrate, and reunite with their departed loved ones. And I have truly been moved by it. Now, please join me in raising a toast to all those past and to all who yet live. Let the party begin!
Guests laugh and toast, raising their glasses in a show of respect to the diplomat. Yet as the attendees sip their drinks and cheer, someone approaches and whispers to the diplomat. The The glasses have not even lowered before the two of them step away from view.
He seems on edge. Did something happen?
I do like, I gotta say, you know, like watching all this, I do really like how they celebrate, you know, instead of like being sad.
I should follow him.
But his motion is cut off by another arrival.
You didn't say you'd be here.
Thanks. You're welcome, yo. But yeah, really, I haven't like reading in detail about it, just what I've seen on movies and in movies and games. But I do like how it's usually more of a kind of celebration instead of like just being sad, funeral, crying. My grandpa that a month ago sent him off with música de banda and tequila. Ah, that's sweet. See, that's it is yeah, it is. I do find it is sweet. When my grandpa died, we went to like a little church and everyone was just being sad and crying.
I couldn't help but worry about you after I gave you that list.
Huh. You can't even protect yourself. Why are you worrying about anyone else?
When how many people died, they're still with us, and the first and third to return to the earth and share a meal with us. Oh, that's sweet. That's like, you know, it's one of those things that is like, first and second, it's one of those things that is like weirdly heartwarming.
Get out of here before the killer makes a move. Place is crowded. No one's gonna bother to save you when they strike.
She shifts her eyes over to the diplomat as she speaks. He's standing in a quiet corner, speaking with someone who appears to be a younger aide.
What? How could that be? Enough of your excuses. In any case, we mustn't let Mrs. Juarez get wind of this.
Getting wind of what? What's going on? The diplomat calls him, and they begin to argue. The aide shifts nervously and then shoots his hand into his pocket.
Oh no.
Can you see the way she just stands up with the mop still makes me laugh? Yeah! I'm still like, why does she have a mop, you know? In between everything else, why a mop?
He's got a weapon. We gotta stop him.
But yeah, I do like, as I say, that it feels like, whoa, wow, he is shirtless. Maybe you're celebrating a bit too much, my man. He's here to clean up. So true.
I'll show you.
Wait for the right moment.
Don't worry. It's been proven safe.
Enemy reaction predicted.
Icarus, eyes on the target. I bring you victory, as promised.
Average Mexican celebrating the World Cup with the gauntlet things included. Just seen the LATAM results for World Cup. Apparently LATAM is doing very well. I'm just like, hell yeah. There's thought to be a assailant falls to the ground. He lifts his hand from his pocket, revealing nothing more than festive candy likely taken from an ofrenda far too soon.
What on earth is wrong with you? Think you could go around roughing up my men?
Whoops.
Who are you? Some local gangsters?
Senor, listen. You're in serious danger. He was gonna assassinate you.
What nonsense are you spouting? He was just delivering a report. It's the painting I gave Mrs. Juarez. Apparently, the color has faded in one spot. My assistant was only asking me to check it over.
A painting from the Turquoise Serpent Club? Where is it? You need to give it to me now.
Seeing LATAM bros cheering As Koreans are like plotting the downfall of their coach in real time and Eurofans are just suppressed, it's kind of funny. Yeah, what's up with Korea? I've heard like something like they're doing like maths to like see whether they get to stay or not. I don't know if they were already eliminated. They fail so hard. Oh no. Plotting the downfall of their coach. That's kind of funny though. The coach is banned from certain places now? What? Why? Korea is this World Cup's France, it's drama all the way down. Oh my god, I need to catch up on that at some point. I've been disconnected from the World Cup, but I see some shit has been going down. Maybe I have to catch up. See what's going on.
If you want to live, you need to stay away from that painting.
The diplomat's mood shifts. He seems frightened, certainly, but not of the painting she warns him about.
You're from one of those xenophobic arcanist groups, aren't you? Mrs. Suarez warned me about people like you. What are you planning to do, huh? Kill me in front of all these people?
Brought shame, so they are making him a martyr? There's no way, oh my god.
No, no, senor. Listen to me, I'm trying to help you.
Help! Intruders! Help!
Oh no. His words stop. A painful rasp replaces them. He grabs his throat, struggling for air. They have moved without noticing to the part of the courtyard where gifts are displayed.
What on earth? Senor, are you alright?
No te acerques tanto. Ese poder arcano podría ahogarte junto con él.
Spanish!
Where am I? Is that a lake beneath the water? Help!
The diplomat's voice falls into a rasp, then silence. He crumples into a heap on the ground.
This is just like
what happened at the auction. The killer can't be far. Must still be hiding somewhere near the ofrenda.
Ramona hears a rustle in the grass behind her. She turns with just enough time to spy a figure darting away.
There! Get him!
They straight up ask if the Korean team had food poisoning. The Korean fans were co-massing. Damn! Oh, hey, nice. I really like also this. I don't know if like everyone does it or if it's just like performers or whatever, but like the makeup they use to, you know, like to like kind of simulate the skulls. It's at the same time it's so cool, but they also make it so pretty. I'm always like in awe. The city street is crowded with people celebrating. The raucous mood and shifting mass of people obscure sight in every direction. They have lost sight of their culprit.
Maldita sea.
Does the representative that come and celebrate with us? Ah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I noticed because the two people here, they have their faces painted. But you know, I every time I've seen like videos of like people with the makeup, it just always looks so amazing. It looks so good. So that don't get scared of us. Oh, I see.
we lost them. This is a wealthy area. The mansions on this street must have guards at their entrances. We can ask them if they saw anyone suspicious.
No time for that. The paintings are the key to the killer's MO. But what else am I missing? The diplomat already had the painting for a while before the party. That journalist must have given it to him a few days ago. So why'd the killer wait so long? And why strike in front of so many people? Why do it on the night of one of our biggest festivals? That's gotta be it. It's all about the timing.
Timing, you say? So it has something to do with Dia de los Fieles Difuntos.
That's right. The second night of Dia de los Muertos. The night we welcome back and reunite with the faithful departed. Death is just a part of the cycle of life, right? I bet the killer thinks so too. And they chose tonight because they're trying to lead the spirits of the victims somewhere.
Oh.
Someplace they aren't meant to be.
Oh. She looks down. Countless marigold petals spread out beneath her feet, forming a path to guide the dead. It stretches far into the distance.
Huh. That may be the answer. See? Someone's laid a trail of marigolds out the back door.
The vivid glow of marigolds is what's said to guide spirits back to the land of the living.
Joe! Confirm!
They want us to follow this path, huh? Fine. Then let's go.
A quiet, stately building marks the end of the marigold trail.
You're kidding.
Yes, so they return back after they finish the meal. Senpasuchitsu. That's so cool, yeah. What country did this game come out of? They really went above and beyond in the voice acting. So this is a Chinese gacha game. The voice acting is mainly done in the UK, or at least it's a British studio that's in charge of the voice acting. But they also do some recording in LA, I believe. But yeah, the interesting thing about this game is that it's a Chinese, as I said, it's a Chinese gacha game, but they don't only release English voice acting for global. They actually record the English voice acting uh on release on the Chinese server, because as a Chinese gacha there's some delay, so the Chinese server is a few events and story chapters ahead of us. But a lot of people just play the Chinese server because the voice acting is already in English. You can already choose English voice acting. It's just that all the text is in Chinese. But yeah, they did a really good job with the voice acting, and they always try. They're not always able to, since as I said, it's in the UK and the States. I'm not sure if they do any remote voice acting, but they always try to get people from the nationalities that the characters are. So, now we're in Mexico, there's a lot of Mexican characters, so you will hear a lot of Spanish. There was a Chinese character that appeared at some point, and she is Chinese. She has like a Chinese accent, and sometimes she'll say like words and phrases in Chinese. The voice acting has been pretty consistently strong with some weird bumps like Spanish Brazil. Yeah, Brazil was their weird bump. We're going to Brazil, but we're not gonna have actually any Brazilians in here.
Of all the places.
You don't see that very often in Asian media. I feel very impressive. Yeah, yeah. The other game that I'd say has been doing this a lot. The Reverse has the kind of advantage in that it's newer, so it already started like this. But the other game that has been doing that very consistently is Arknights. Uh, Arknights, and now with Enfield, their second game, you can still see it, and the voice acting is also very tight. It's very good. And they also do like the accent things. So we're still in like magical China in Enfield, because all these Chinese games need to have something take place in China. And it's funny because there's two voice actors. I don't know if there's more, but like from the ones that I've checked personally, there's two. In which, they do the voice acting in Chinese and they also do the voice acting in English. I just wish Arknights didn't make me mad with the storytelling. Yeah, that's why I stopped playing Arknights, but I've been playing Enfield. Enfield, since it's 3D, it has been better with the storytelling, or at least it feels more dynamic, because they're not like a certain other company that I will not mention that has like 3 very well-known games and is soon releasing another one. In which, they will have the characters, the 3D models just stand in place while they talk for like 45 minutes. Enfield does it very dynamic, they move the camera around a lot, they move the characters around a lot, they have them emote a lot, their faces and eyes are very expressive, and as I said, the voice acting is very cool, and they have some incredible fucking cutscenes. I will see if I can find one in particular from like one of the most recent patches. I'm gonna send it on the server, because I saw that shit and I was like, holy fuck! So like Enfield is like it's like Arknights but better, for me, in my opinion. Because the storytelling in Arknights can just sort of get all over the place. Enfield is just starting, so we're gonna see how they go. But since it's following, I guess since it's like 3D, so you actually gotta get to the new places and to the new areas. It is being a little more linear, so it is staying a bit more focused instead of whatever the fuck Arknight was doing. I wonder whomst. Okay, I can do more. But yeah, like if you ever seen GOOOOOO cutscenes, Enfield isn't like on that level, and it's even better at times. Because GOOOOOO, I've noticed now, especially after playing Enfield, now that I went back to GOOOOOO, they have this thing a lot in the... They focus, they try to, they made the voice acting better, because the voice acting, in the English voice acting in 1.0 was absolute trash. But I don't think they give the voice actors the timing for like the character animations or stuff. So sometimes, especially for me, that I put like autoplay whenever there's a spoken dialogue, it does feel kind of weird, because the character will be talking, and they'll be done talking, but they will still not be done with whatever animation or camera movement they're doing, and I'll just be sitting there like, were they supposed to like make the phrase last longer so it matched the animation? Question mark. It feels like that a lot. Enfield does a better job of it so far. But anyway, convergence. Avant-garde ideals, bond forged through shared labor, and a kindred aesthetic vision. All share memories of the past. So yeah, if any of you have ever seen or played WoA, if you like the combat, you know, either WoA or Sunless, they're not the same, but kind of similar. If you fuck with the combat and sort of like Factorio or like factory building games, you should try Enfield. It is actually pretty fun. White smoke from burning copal fills the air, mixed with the scent of old books.
The Mexico City People's Library.
Oh!
Home to the Vigil Bureau's temporary branch.
Enfield has more items. As I said, I'm gonna look for what cutscene in particular from like 2 or 3 patches ago. So, you know, it's gonna be spoilers if anyone wants to start it, but you know, it was so cool. I was just speechless during the entire thing.
Why here?
She lights a candle. A small flame does little to brighten the vast darkness of the room before her. I got some messages. Okay, it's not my sister. Corridor, temporary branch.
Wait, Anil. I'm not sure what might lie ahead. You better stay back.
Understood. I wouldn't want to be a liability. I'll await a certain young woman here, and do my best to ensure she doesn't interfere with your actions.
Like, honestly, Enfield is one of those games that I wouldn't really mind streaming. If it weren't for, like, the fast schedule that they have.
Be careful, Señorita Ramona. Your safety is more important than anything.
In total silence, she walks through the familiar corridors, made unfamiliar in the dim light and strange circumstances. She reminds herself that it is still that same place she's entered 100 times before. The bookshelves stand in their usual order. The lobby floor shines. The only difference is that no one is here.
They must have dispatched some top officers to the club after they got my report. Others will be out on patrol, making sure the festival doesn't have any Arcanum-related accidents. Still, I can't believe they would just leave the place empty. That makes no sense. There must be...
Her words fade into the still air. Around the corner, the receptionist lies passed out on the floor. Even unconscious, her face is tied with fear, as if trapped in a nightmare.
No. Help. Still breathing. Trapped in a living nightmare or something. A whole lot of Numa gathered here. Someone's activated a ritual. A big one. Power of it's knocked out anyone in the area. Who the hell be able to set up a large-scale arcane ritual like this? In a Vigil Bureau branch? And how?
What Enfield does have, which is something I found a lot of Chinese gachas have in general, when it comes to like the power things, you know, they barely explain shit. It's just like, oh yeah, you can do this. No, we're not gonna explain how it works. Ramona leaves a candle and looks up toward the stairs.
That mural. The one with the missing artist. But now it's finished.
How many times has she seen that mural? Those faces, the familiar scene, vivid yet silent, unfinished for as long as she had worked with vigils here. She had never truly committed the faces of those young people in the mural to memory, but now they almost seem familiar.
Could this be the killer's final piece? And
She takes a deep breath.
I followed their marigold trail here. Am I their final target?
Dun dun dun.
You finally come. Teresita, my dear friend.
Oh, it's him.
Teresita? You think I'm a friend of yours? Is that why you chose me?
You've truly forgotten everything. That's quite alright. I'll help you remember, just as you once helped me. This mural is my first and final piece of the era. A product of blood, sweat, and tears. A tribute to the Mexican mythos you held so dear. One that honors both the sacred traditions of our ancestors and our courageous struggles in the modern world. You see, no matter how strange this world becomes, I will never abandon our shared dream. I incorporated each of us into the painting, just as I have done many times before.
She's there.
Think of it as a celebration of our rebirth. I've waited a long time for this reunion. 4 long years. Crossing several storms under Manus Vindicte's protection. I chased all sorts of myths and legends, all to find a way to resurrect the dead. And I finally found it. The Aztecs believed that the manner of one's death determines the soul's reincarnation. And so tonight, the souls of our warriors will be reborn, like butterflies emerging from their cocoons, carried on sacred winds from the north. This is our reunion. One not even death can keep us from.
Damn. That was a shot. That was quite a shot. Why he has a girl's name? Yeah, that's... I've noticed that games, you know, not made in Hispanic countries tend to make those mistakes a lot. Or like, I don't know if mistakes, but you know, they just make those choices of like, they'll give like names that are most usually assigned to one gender to the opposite gender, and then when you as a Hispanic see it, you're like, okay, sure. Oh shit, we're fighting Ramona. I remember the Mexican you are.
Into the darkness.
We're fighting Ramona, but we also have Ramona.
I'll handle the purification.
I'll show you.
Enemy reaction predicted.
Liberata dal fratello.
Verdad revelada, disfraces disipados.
Lieutenant, eyes on the target.
Leave me alone.
Breaking through.
This is a mess. Leave me alone. Las mentiras se leave me alone.
Oh, again.
This ritual. I can feel the painting melting my soul and absorbing me into it. Any arcane skill I cast will only empower the ritual.
Are you saying I should not?
Don't worry. It's been proven safe. A fragment of truth.
I found my target.
Targets were confirmed. Don't be afraid. No use in avoiding it.
Death comes for us all.
He's overloaded.
Rip.
Doubt I can stop him out there. I gotta try to break the ritual from the inside. But if I fail, the mural might swallow me up for good. It's all or nothing now. Come on.
Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi. Requiescat in pace.
A dripping sound breaks the quiet, but its source remains hidden. The sense of space fades away as your mind sinks into darkness.
Que duermas bien, Teresita. Fall into the dream. Our irreplaceable memory of the past.
Wow, Ezio. Yeah, there was an Assassin's Creed collab for this game, so I have Ezio and Cassandra.
Cuando despiertes, todo habrá vuelto a ser como antes. La belleza de nuestros días de gloria.
Teresita? Who are you talking about?
Endless water stretches out before her, a lake as wide as Texcoco once had been. A cold color guides her awareness as it moves through the depths of myth. Her long journey ends when she finds her destination and slips into a fragile container made of fragments of memory.
Soy
Flashbang.
Teresita.
This memory container, as thin as a paper boat, floats to a stop on the water. Making the secret unlockable armor for Assassin's Creed 2 as well. Yeah! He starts with the white one, but as you level him up, he changes to the black one. Around her, a row of memory forms on a stage. Happiness hangs like fog, showing how its owner once felt.
Teresita? Teresita?
Perdón, tenía la mente en otra parte. Ustedes...
Me llamo Muriel. Maria asked me to welcome you on her behalf. From this day forth, you're officially a fellow member of the Midnight Kitchen.
You're Maria's new student? Oh, sorry. I don't mean to be rude. I'm just surprised you're so young.
No need to apologize. You're not the first to say so. But I've been painting for as long as I can remember.
The Midnight Kitchen. An interesting name. An homage to Montmartre's Bateau Lavoie, is it?
No, nothing like that. We first started gathering in Maria's kitchen late at night, so Antonio suggested we name our little club after it. Maria founded it in hopes of creating a space for like-minded artists to have open and meaningful discussions. She's been planning to start a magazine on Mexico's artistic transformation. And she said you have some wonderful ideas and insights on the art of indigenous peoples. She said you could teach us all about it while she's away on her exhibition tour in the United States.
Well, I'll do my best. Though I have to say, teaching has never been my strong suit. Don't set your expectations too high. Besides, I'll need to look over your paintings first.
Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
The atmosphere thickens and darkens. Only uncertain, worry and conflict remain.
Eres un pintor genial, Muriel. Tu obra causará revuelo en todo el mundo.
You're too kind. But as much as I appreciate such praise, you know fame has never been my goal. And I wouldn't accept the title of genius either. I simply love to paint. To create alongside my dear friends.
Your goals are admirable in themselves. Though more than genius, your greatest gift lies in your unending passion. Still, I can't help but wonder if this movement is on the right track.
Is this about that arco Nuevas Masas?
See, we once saw our movement as revolutionary, a force to change our society for the better. But, as Sekiro said, It seems it may have already fallen under the thumb of the petite bourgeoisie. We wanted to reconceptualize our identity, history, and culture as a people. We believed that only through common understanding could we ever truly be united. We wanted to create a unique story, a story of Mexico. But have we succeeded in our goal?
Teresita?
I'm having second thoughts. Painting these murals on the walls of grand buildings. Perhaps it's been a mistake all along.
The world around her shifts like a maelstrom. The memory flickers in and out. Words and feelings slash her like swirling debris caught in the storm.
Why did you turn down Lucas's invitation, Leah? Paris is the center of the artwork. You know Rivera went to Europe to study around your age, don't you? An opportunity like this doesn't come all that often.
Oh, what's up, yo? Did you realize something?
No quiero irme de México, Teresita. No puedo. Quiero quedarme aquí, junto a mis amigos. You saw the debate at the Palacio de Bellas Artes. We're a critical turning point for the muralist movement.
Which is precisely why I want you to refine your skills in Europe, Muriel. It would do you good to free yourself from this mental turmoil. Art can change the world. I still believe that. But there are many obstacles we need to overcome. A challenge that has kept Maria very busy, and for which the progress has hardly been satisfactory. I shouldn't distract you with all this.
Iré. Si eso es lo que deseas, Teresita.
Entonces hazlo. Haz nuestro sueño realidad, chamaco. El futuro depende de ti.
Chamaco.
Futuro. Sueño. ¿El sueño de quién? ¿Yo?
Basically, this actually happened. A lot many artists and muralists went to Europe to keep learning techniques and return. Oh!
Suena inspirador, pero...
Her thoughts drift out of her body, caught helpless in the tide of a deep and rolling sea. She reaches out and steers the emotions before her. Joy and happiness fade at her touch like mist.
¿Por qué no siento alegría alguna? Aquí no hay más que tristeza.
She whispers the words, too difficult to speak aloud.
Hay algo muy olvidado. Tengo que encontrarlo.
I see. We gather, we part, all because of a single word. Murals are turning points. This is a land where traditions are told through murals. After the revolution, the young government turned to its artists. This newborn Mexico had so many stories to tell, so many to shape, and paintings adorning the walls of its buildings became the perfect medium. In the 1920s, the muralist movement swept through the country. Look, this was an art form both ancient and brand new. It no longer lived in auction houses, galleries, or the private collections of the wealthy. Instead, it unfolded across vast walls open to the public. On those walls, artists spoke of justice, of freedom, of this nation's history and memory. Imagine it, a new country, a new canvas, and so many stories to tell. From the very beginning, these murals were inseparable from politics. The brush was the artist's voice. They spoke for their ideals, for beauty, for all the suffering people of the world. But voices are difficult to harmonize, and they can turn harsh. As the 20th century entered its third decade, cracks began to appear. Between artist and artist, between artist and state. Should the murals depict suffering or glory? Whose praises should they sing? Which path forward? Rivera, Orozco, and Siqueiros, 3 names that once symbolized hope. Or Los Tres Grandes, held different visions for the future of both their art and their country. The rifts only deepened. In the small midnight kitchen, young painters listened to this fight of the century. Bellhound, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for always helping me in my times of need. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. You're full of fajita. Let's fucking go. Okay, let's keep going. See if we can finish today. I'm kinda close, but like, you know, maybe my sister will have some overtime. Nothing is everlasting. No eternity on earth. Only a fleeting moment. Did you enjoy the fajita, Bellhound? Is it real or elusive existence? No eternity on earth, only a fleeting moment. Be it as resilient as jade, it shatters. Be it as revered as gold, it crumbles. Be it as resplendent as quetzal plums, it will fall away. No eternity on earth, only a fleeting moment. Cantares mexicanos. Okay. What that mean? No, it's fine. Guided by instinct, she moved forward, step by step. Finally, above this endless churning water, she sees a figure standing still as a statue, pallid as a ghost.
Ha pasado mucho tiempo, Teresita. María, Antonio, Carmen y yo. Todos te hemos extrañado muchísimo. Bienvenida de nuevo.
Muriel, when did you return from Europe? How many years have passed since then? I can't seem to remember at all.
I love how her voice changed.
Well, please, tell me all about your time in Paris.
He wears a strange, sorrowful expression.
Where do I begin? A lot has happened over the past 4 years. I encountered an arcanist organization called Manus Vindictae. With their help, I survived an event called the Storm. Many times, in fact. But by the time I returned home, I realized everyone I knew had perished.
It's always Manus, yep.
What I returned to was no longer the Mexico I knew.
Oh, my dear Muriel. I'm so sorry to hear it. Perhaps Maria and I shouldn't have sent you to Europe.
But I learned so much there. While I was in Paris, I learned from Professor Rousseau's research. His efforts to find a resurrection ritual led us to discover depths of myth. The sea of humanity's collective unconscious. His failure proved that a successful resurrection requires the alignment of multiple nearly impossible conditions. But at least the professor's research pointed me in the right direction. Do you recall the Temazcal ceremony we once talked about?
The cleansing ritual?
That's the one. Drawing from the Temazcal ceremony, Professor Rousseau's research, and countless other texts, I have finally created the ultimate ritual of resurrection.
Uh-huh.
Using special herbs and arcane skills as a catalyst, we may transfer our existence into a painting, where we'll be enveloped by absolute darkness.
GP!
And within that primal void, we can regain our purest consciousness and rediscover who we truly are, who we were meant to be. The ritual requires a unique arcane silver ore, which I was fortunate to find here, in this era's Valle de Lágrimas. From it, I crafted a pigment of infinite malleability, one capable of recreating almost anything. even our memories and identities. The sea of collective unconscious is the deepest layer of the human mind, the origin of all things. Rest assured, Teresita, I will reconstruct you completely, body and mind, from the depths of myth.
I'm not sure I entirely follow. But I see that you are every bit the genius I always knew you were, Muriel. Who else would connect resurrection rituals to an ancient sweat lodge ceremony?
I've tried everything over the years. But I finally found a method that works, Teresita. I'm so thankful that I found you again.
I'm happy you have too. From the bottom of my heart. But I almost feel as if I've forgotten something important.
The rolling waters lulled into soft and silent ripples.
Now is the year of 1920. The start of a decade you and Maria once longed for. The muralist movement has just begun. I'll ensure we won't make the same mistakes we did last time.
It isn't like you to care about anything beyond your paintings.
People change.
People change.
It was only after I left you and the others that I realized how lucky I was to live a life completely dedicated to my art.
But we have changed for the better, Muriel. You've grown up. Can take care of yourself now. You no longer need Maria or me to protect you. Knowing that, I can continue my search for what I've forgotten.
Is it really so important? More important than our dream? Than Maria, Antonio, all our friends of the Midnight Kitchen?
It is. It's only a haze to me, but deep down, I know it is more important than anything. I'm sorry, Muriel. Until I find it, I can't pursue our dream with you.
Though confused, she keeps walking forward.
No debes seguir más adelante, Teresita. Mientras más profundo avances, más se debilita mi ritual. La esencia de tu mente podría borrarse por completo en las profundidades del mito. ¿Estás realmente segura de que quieres irte? Sabiendo que tu propia existencia podría desaparecer.
She doesn't stop. False memories in vivid color begin to peel from her skin like new paint stripped from a canvas. Their joy, their dreams, the time they shared, layer by layer, they fall into the water below.
Es tan hermoso. Aquellos recuerdos brillaban, centelleaban como cristal. Gracias por mostrármelos, Muriel. Pero tienes que entenderlo. Nada dura para siempre. La muerte es parte del ciclo de la vida, como cualquier otra etapa. Ese futuro con el que sueñas me conmovió, sí, pero no me pertenece. Igual que esos recuerdos que obligaste a entrar en mi mente. Ahora necesito encontrar mi verdadero yo. Necesito encontrar a Ramona.
Por favor, detente, Teresita. Por favor, no me hagas esto. No puedo perderte otra vez.
His dim figure begins to glow. Memories cling to him like shards of sharpened glass until he takes on the form of a shining broken god. Here we go. Oh!
Do you feel ready to discuss it?
Wait, that's so cool. Dripping memories, whereas HP is greatly increased. When one of his allies is defeated, Muriel loses 25% HP.
Que nuestros pasados regresen a nosotros, como mariposas y colibríes, del cielo a la tierra.
And the music.
Que sean tu armadura y tu guía, que te protejan y te conduzcan a través de las aguas infinitas.
Tu armadura es exactamente lo que me ha aprisionado. No puedes ver eso, Muriel. Solo me estás obligando a destruir tus recuerdos.
Wait, let's see up close. Oh, it's so cool! Look at the details. Even the little bugs are like very colorful. But like this guy is just another level. Like yeah, he has the headdress, the thing on the arm, the clothes, the clothing and everything. Oh, this is so cool! Look at the passive is called Returning Souls and Final Solitude. All that is beautiful shall return. Also he has, I didn't notice, he has like weird beard feet. Claw feet. And look at the staff. You can't really see it too much because it's covered by the car thingy. But oh my god, this is so cool!
I found my target.
A fragment of truth.
Wait for the right moment.
Target square confirmed.
Icarus, eyes on the target.
Don't be afraid.
Liberato dal fratello.
A fourth.
¿Por qué, Teresita? ¿Por qué estás haciendo esto?
Wonder if he'll have a stage 2.
No. No puedo dejar que te desvanezcas en las profundidades del mito.
Wait, my sister is out, let me tell her to wait a bit. I love the music!
Into the darkness.
Enemy reaction predicted. Target square confirmed.
It will be over before you feel it.
Breaking through. Barrage.
Oh yeah.
Checkmate.
I'll show you.
Checkmate.
No way!
I found my target. Icarus, find your mark.
Queen to F6. A queen for a king.
Hey yo! And the music change?
All in moderation.
Now!
Oh, this is so cool.
Appointment of truth. I'll show you. Don't worry.
It's enemy reaction predicted.
Would you care to lie down?
We're winning, yes.
No use in avoiding it.
A fort.
And off my nail.
The animations are so cool too.
Those who look outside see their dreams.
Targets were confirmed.
I found my target.
Wait for the right moment.
Look at you. So open.
Eliminate target.
That should be it.
Todo está roto y desaparecido. Nuestro viaje, nuestros sueños y el futuro al que no podemos llegar. Que descansen en las profundidades silenciosas, sin luz.
Great. Now back to the salon.
That was big.
The spirits followed the marigolds all the way from the mansion in Roma to the People's Library. A final touch to complete the mural. Quite a night. I've got you now.
That was an amazing shot. Muriel looks up toward the finished mural. The paint has cracked alongside the plaster. At last, the trap form inside returns to the world.
Teresita, it's you. The ritual worked. Professor Rousseau was right. What are we to do next, Teresita?
His eyes shine with the joy of a dream so long awaited, finally realized in the flesh. Standing there in front of him, Ramona takes a deep and weighty breath.
It's over, Muriel. You're the serial killer. It was all you. You used a special pigment to make paintings with arcane powers, your murder weapons, and passed them out to the victims through the club. And then, you activated a ritual through the painting to kill your target. You killed all 7 of them. All to get the friends you lost to the storm back.
She glances back to the cracked and battered mural behind her.
Those people in the mural. Your friends from the Midnight Kitchen, aren't they? Maria, Carmen, Antonio, Laura.
She names each face that appear in the shattered memories. Her eyes rest on the very center.
And Teresita. Who'd have ever thought those faces would match the victims almost perfectly? To think, how often I walked through this hall and never made the connection.
They were my best friends, my countrymen, my comrades.
He leaves the flower pot in his hands, eager.
Before I left Mexico, you gave me some dahlia seeds. Do you remember that?
Oh, is that why he always carries a flower?
You said we'd meet again when the dahlias were in full bloom. So I carry the pot wherever I go. I care for them, no matter the circumstances.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm so glad we finally met again. Just as you promised.
Ramona struggles to find a response. She studies his face, hoping to find something in it that might help her decide between pity and horror.
In all 7 murders, you didn't manage to pull off a single one of your resurrection rituals, did you?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I saw you in the painting, Muriel. In that void. A little younger. A hell of a lot saner than you are now. But you all the same. I'd been thinking. The fragmented memories I saw in the depths of myth. Where are they from? Who do they belong to? But seeing you now, I think I get it. You didn't reconstruct Teresita's consciousness from the depths of myth. Not one did. Those memories and feelings were painted into the mural by you. They all came from you, Muriel. That's why I could only see memories of you and Teresita together. All the moments you shared with your friends. The memories you held so close that you couldn't just let the dead be dead. You've given them up. Sealed their spirits inside your paintings. You completed the rituals. But you destroyed yourself.
When? How did I?
The music ending right there. That was insane.
No. Teresita, I didn't.
The music ending right as she said, but you destroyed yourself. How did we time that?
See? I'm not Teresita. And you still can't see it.
Or was it just a very well-timed coincidence? I don't know.
Your dearest friend and mentor. And yet you still mistake me for her. A complete stranger. The moment you finished this mural, you scrubbed every last trace of her clean from your mind. You aren't even yourself anymore. All those people killed. And for what? The delusions of a man in the middle of destroying himself?
Muriel speaks to himself, clutching his head as if in pain.
You mean there's no way to save my friends? I killed them. With my own hands. No. Teresita. Why can't I remember your face? Your voice? The memories? Why won't they come to me?
No.
My most cherished friends. My family. No. If I forget, then they will truly be gone. What must I do? Wait. You said my memories are sealed within these paintings. Is that true?
He raises his paintbrush, lost in abject sorrow, yet sparkling with sudden determination.
What are you doing, Muriel? Stop! The Vigils will get here any minute. You don't stand a...
Ya lo recuerdo. Usted es la señorita Ramona. Trabaja en la oficina de los Vigil. Lamento todos los problemas que causé. Parece que he cometido un error tras otro.
For the last time, he uses his arcane skill. Perfect strokes of colorful paint wrap around him like a consuming fire.
Y ya es demasiado tarde para corregir mis faltas.
Gracias por poner fin a esta tragedia mía. Ahora lo único que queda es cruzar las mareas del tiempo y volver a su cálido abrazo.
A rare smile touches his lips, as if he were drifting into a warm and pleasant dream as he fades away. Light, shadow, and color coalesce around him, shrinking as he disappears until all that's left is a single-pane hummingbird. He flies up toward the mural and joins the circle. His brush clatters on the solid floor. Man.
All these deaths. If only I'd realized the truth sooner. I'm sorry, Muriel. You tried so hard, but I'm not Teresita. I could never be. There are still so many things only Ramona can do.
A long silence follows. It takes Ramona a moment to regain her composure, and she becomes that jaded exorcist she tries so hard to be.
Looks like I gotta report this now. Case is closed. ¿Acaso uno no puede tener ni una noche en paz? Nunca debí aceptar este maldito trabajo.
Not sure I'm taking this damn job. She gathers her feelings and leaves the building without another thought. I love that phrase, she gathers her feelings. Sometime after Ramona departs, another figure emerges from the darkness. Oh hey, Anil. He raises a hand toward the bullet hole in the mural, as if soothing a scar that will never heal.
Quite the tragedy.
I was wondering which corner you might be watching from. So you came after all, Señorita Butterfly.
Nunca debí aceptar este chingado trabajo. Cool that they use native language sometimes? Yeah, I love that.
I couldn't miss the grand finale. Tell me, are you satisfied? You are the one who orchestrated it all.
Yo, what? Excuse me? Let me just quickly check. 1 day and 11 hours. So I should have all of tomorrow still to finish this. So yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 left, but my sister already finished work and she's waiting for me, so... And considering these are like the last few ones, they're probably gonna be on the longer side. So we're just gonna leave this up to here. Tomorrow, hopefully, I won't have any unexpected delays and I'll be able to start on time so we can finish this and then afterwards start Dawn Forger, Chris Frontline 2. But first, let me see. Did I get enough for another pool? Oh yeah. Nothing. Fuck. Oh well. It happens. But anyway, yeah. Let me just quickly get here. I have a feeling those cats will be hungry again tomorrow. I mean, yes. Sorry, I was missing my sister. Okay. Closing the game. But yeah, as I said, hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to start at the expected time. And yeah, my cat will be hungry again tomorrow, but it's fine. I'll feed them. And yeah, as I said, hopefully we'll have enough time to finish and then I start Dawn Forger. I said it's just that they're the last few notes. They're probably gonna be on the longer side. And I don't want to keep my sister waiting too long. Because, you know, she's kind of doing nothing over there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you again to Baguettes and Bellhound for the donations. I really appreciate it. That's gonna be helpful. That's gonna be really helpful for all the shit I gotta do. But yeah, as I said, stay tuned. Tomorrow another stream, same hour, and then for next week we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. Again, thank you for your help. For those that can, if not, you know, it's fine. There's no worry. Thank you guys for coming. Remember to stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.